The following movie is rated R.
And we back. Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, shit.
Welcome back, everybody.
Do we have like 0 viewers now?
They'll be back. They'll be back, kid. Don't worry about it. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks again for tuning in. Be back with it.
What were we talking about?
I mean, I don't know. I got another topic. If y'all want to bring up another topic.
Go for it.
My other topic is back hair is disgusting, but it's not as nasty as shoulder hair. If you rocking with shoulder hair, bro,
yeah, that's rough.
That's too much, bro. You gotta do something with that.
Wait, how many viewers do we have
Right now, I know we had 48 views in total today, or 48 people come to the channel, but we don't have anybody on right now. That being said, it might be back momentarily.
We should have never stopped.
We probably have like 6 people watching.
Yeah.
But we're still recording for YouTube, so.
Yep.
Hold on.
That's true too.
Just keep us posted if anybody joins.
Jay, move into the frame a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the ladies want to see you. We know you're
I had
taking.
to lose the hoodie because I felt like it was making me look chunky, and I didn't lose 100 pounds to look chunky.
Why don't you talk about that?
Talk about how I lost 100 pounds? Yeah. All right, sure, I'll do it. I'll get into it.
First, before you do that,
What's
can
up?
we reminisce about the Tom Segura joke? Like, yeah, if that guy could do it, so could I. No, you fucking can't.
That guy's fatter than you.
That's fine.
Like, way fatter.
Excuse me while I just adjust myself.
He's skinny compared to you.
You should want his body.
Yeah. I just want to lose the weight so I can go back to making fun of fat people.
That's fair. So what are we talking about? We're talking about my weight loss journey. That was
Yes.
fun. The weight loss journey was fun. I used to be skinny in high school. I had the skinny kid abs and all that good stuff. I was rocking.
That's him his whole life.
Right. Yeah, that is you your whole life. I was rocking with the skinny kid abs for a while, and then
That's me.
I started a job where it was like mostly desk work and a little bit of salesman work. And eating, bro. Eating bored, eating hungry, eating like a whole pizza at a time, and
Eating
then like
bored is fucking dangerous.
eating bored is where it
Yeah.
gets you, bro. And
Am
then
I
like
just eating because I'm bored?
right,
Literally
The
to just
Grinch.
kill time.
Shout out to Jim Carrey. Now I struggle big time with binge eating, which is digging in when I'm starving, and I don't just eat like 2 slices. Especially at my biggest, which was 280 pounds. Especially at my biggest, I had to. I really struggled with binge eating because like it was to the point where it was almost like neurotic. Like if we ordered like a pizza for lunch, like I was working with somebody and we ordered a pizza for lunch and we'd split the pizza and I'd have like 3-4 slices and I had 4 slices, let's say, which should be more than enough. That's like 800 and some odd calories, 4 slices right there. That's enough like for 2 meals. And they only had 3 and there's 8 slices in a pie. There was like 1 slice left. Like physically, I had to eat the slice.
But there's food. There's food right there, Robert Kelly.
Right.
But there's food. If I was a superhero, I'd be I'm dumb man.
Like physically, I had to eat it. I had to eat the pizza.
Aren't you full too? Yeah, I was full about 20 minutes ago, but the pain from my childhood still exists, so I usually eat till that dies.
Right. So I would basically eat until I was like engorged.
The ad kind of killed
We're
it.
gonna get copyrighted. That's it.
That's it, bro.
We're
We're
gonna
getting
get
taken
sued.
down. We're getting
Fuck,
taken
we're gonna
down.
get sued for all
So it
98
became,
cents we have.
it became very like just eating all the time, and like I literally like I couldn't just eat like a serving of chips. I had to eat the whole bag. I had to do it. And then
Like, we're talking like big bag?
yeah,
the
I'd eat
family
the whole,
size?
Yeah, like I'd eat a whole bag.
Shit, I tried that the other day. I got a quarter of the way through and I was like, I'm a piece of shit and I
Bro,
need to stop.
no lie, Big J could eat a whole pie, 3-4 hot wings, and a couple mozzarella sticks, and be like, I'll be hungry in 2 hours.
Okay, but little skinny me, when I played soccer, I would eat a whole pie and then.
That's because you would burn that shit off. So
Yeah.
Like, he didn't do anything.
So there's
right, now,
nothing.
with all those calories, I was living a stagnant life. I wouldn't
That's the problem.
I
If you're
wouldn't
gonna eat all that and you're an athlete, that's one thing. But when
Yeah.
you're just
Like,
eating
J.J.
like that,
Watt and all them be eating like 10,000 calories.
Right, and if you're sitting at a desk half your life,
Put
you
it this
can't-
way,
you can't do that.
none of us are Michael Phelps. We shouldn't be eating like that.
Right. No. Now, if you
I
look,
can't swim.
if you look in the stream, you can see
What
kind
the
of,
fuck?
you can see
What?
this going on.
What the fuck?
What's
It's 2018 and you can't swim.
Where's the year have to me not being able to swim?
that? You can see some of
If
this going on
anything-
here.
If anything, the year would coincide with what the hell's that sound?
It's the refrigerator.
If anything, the year would coincide with me not having to swim because I don't. It's not ancient times. I don't have to swim away from sharks and shit. We're not seafaring
Sarks?
people.
What's a sark?
A sark is a combination between a shark
Don't ride it out.
and
Don't do that.
a
Yeah,
tailfish.
just-
There's no honor in riding it out.
Yeah,
you just gotta
bail.
fuck up.
Just
Whatever.
jump
I don't
ship.
know how to, I could like if I needed to do like a lap, like swim the one end and the other, I could do that. But I can't like tread water. I can't keep myself afloat. Like if you drop me into like 8
So if
feet,
there was a flood, like Noah's Ark, you'd be fucked.
yeah, like if you just drop me into 8 feet of water, like in a pool, I'm sinking like a rock.
So if I'm mad at you and we're in a public area with a public pool, I just want to get rid of you. That's all I have to do.
That's it.
I mean, I guess
That's it.
we lost everybody, didn't we?
They coming back. Don't worry.
All right.
So meanwhile, if you look here, you can see kind of what looks like chub, and that's about 90% loose skin for being a big boy.
Nice.
When you're big, you get the loose skin, and then it was kind of like a couple different circumstances of me being like, man, I hate the way I look, bro. At one point, I could like lay down on the floor because I was so fat, and like lift my back up and then like suction it to the floor with my rolls and make fart noises with my back. That's how big I was.
That's what you're describing now is one of those situations where I'm like, how the fuck did you figure out you could do that?
By being fat and trying to get up off the floor and laying down. Like, what do you mean? So it was a couple circumstances of me just like, there was one moment of physical activity that I won't really dive into because it's super embarrassing, but I was literally panting for air, panting like like that. And then it wasn't too long after that I thought I was having heart complications, a heart attack. I guess I was so fat and I was getting chest pain, and I went to my doctor and I was like, dude, I think this is it.
He's like, no, you're just a fat fuck.
I think I'm clocking out. To the nurse, and the nurse was like, okay, we'll do an EKG, we'll do all this stuff, and they did the EKG and blah blah blah. And then my actual physician came in and he was like, do me a favor, lay down. I was like, okay, sit back up, lay down, sit back up, lay down, sit back and forth, and I kept doing it, and then eventually I was like, straight up savage, just a huge belch, which I had pain right here and like right near like the upper, like my left nipple.
Like a gas pain?
Yeah, and it ended up being I was so goddamn fat that I got gas caught in my chest.
The gas couldn't escape.
Right, essentially got gas caught in my chest and was pushing up on my rib cage, and that's why I thought I was dying. And then my doctor was like,
that one burp, like that was it. You
released
felt better
immediately.
Wow.
And my doctor was like, listen, the last time you were here for your checkup, which was 2 years ago, you were like 170 pounds. You're
So
now
you gained-
280 pounds.
You gained 110 pounds.
Right. And his
Wow.
exact words to me were, people don't do that. People who want to die, they do that. Like, you don't just do that. Like, it takes people years to gain that kind of weight. And he was like, you gotta change it up.
Yeah.
And then that was in May, towards the end of May, and then sure as shit, June 1st, I was like, I gotta do this, bro. I gotta lose weight. I have to, And I started like cooking at home and not eating in order.
That's
now.
important, yeah.
It was really big. It was really big with that, and then I started. I gave it like a month. I was only going to the gym like 2-3 days a week, and then I had lost my first. I want to say 20 pounds, 25 pounds, and I swear to God, it looked like I lost Fat Albert. Like in my mind, I was so hyped to even like have one less chin that I was losing my
and
mind.
that gets the
and that
whole
tumbled
rolling.
me. And then from there, bro, 6 days a week, twice a day, I was in the gym. Morning, for an hour cardio, I'd come here, I'd come to work, I'd work all day, I'd get out of work, I'd go straight to the gym, I'd lift and do another hour of cardio. On Sundays, I was going like 6 to 7 days a week, hard, on like the lowest calorie, all protein, some carbs, a lot of veggie diet. And it took me probably the better part of like a year, and I lost the bulk of the weight, so like from June to June, I went from like 280 to like 225. I lost like a good amount of weight. And then
you lost like a fifth grader.
Right. And then from like that June till November, I was like 225 and like shot down to 174.
It's almost my weight, yeah.
Bang. Like quick. I had abs coming back in. I was getting some definition. I mean, I still got a little bit of it, but I gained a little bit of weight back from not really being as active. But yeah, I was 280 pounds. I decided I fucking hated that. I would get dressed in the morning, bro. It was rough, honestly. Like, it was a really bad depression point in my life.
What was like tying your shoes?
I would have to hold my breath.
I might not make it back.
Right.
It's crazy because
honestly, I would have to tie my shoe and come back up. And
it's crazy because I saw my mom do the same thing, and from May to May, she lost 98 pounds.
That's impressive.
And now she's up to like 110. She lost,
and it's hard for women to lose weight.
It's harder for women.
And she's
than it is
older
for men.
too, so
yeah.
she's
because estrogen. I think correct me if I'm wrong, anybody can watch it, but I'm pretty sure estrogen is not built like testosterone. Testosterone is meant to pump muscle and build muscle and help you burn fat, whereas estrogen is the opposite. Estrogen, I think, is meant to release hormones and keep you kind of chunky so that you can be healthy for your baby.
But one thing that would like made me super fucking proud of her, she goes to Weight Watchers. That's how she kind of lost the weight.
Yeah, we're on the stream here.
All right, no one in there.
So she
Don't worry, they'll be back.
She went to Weight Watchers, and the lady, like whoever hosts the meetings, she said my mom lost more weight on her own than most people do with the gastric bypass surgery. Damn.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
And you know, I think
you
it's
did
kind of,
too. So like, you know that shit is. You didn't take the shortcut. Like,
no,
there's nothing wrong with getting.
I could have done it, and I don't think there's really anything wrong because it is still hard. It is still following a diet.
And some people, their bodies can't. Like, they hormones, all different things. But
your mom did or didn't get the sleep?
Did not.
More honestly, I give a little bit of extra props to people who did get the sleep because if you're just dieting to lose weight, you can have a day where you're like, yo, fuck this. I'm going to go eat 6 donuts and a pizza to make myself human. With the sleep, you'll die. You could die if you do.
You will
can't
throw
play
up.
I knew someone.
There's potential for you to burst your stomach.
Well, you were saying like how some people it's just like their hormones and shit. I knew someone that actually gained weight while they slept. It was like a thyroid or hormone problem, and they gained weight while they slept.
Right.
So like even if like you worked hard, lost weight while they slept,
they gained weight.
And
that's tough to battle, dude. And honestly, like, you know, I helped you lose a couple pounds, I think, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. With some calorie tracking and things like that. And tracking calories is science. Anybody looking to lose any kind of weight, anything like that, calorie tracking is the way to go. Don't listen to ketosis, none of that crap. All you're doing is, like, yes, you're eating meat and vegetables and no carbs and this and that and this and blah, 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 no sugar, blah, blah, blah. But all you're doing is lowering your caloric intake. Yeah. No matter what they tell you, you're lowering your caloric intake by cutting carbs out because carbs are very dense in calories. That's all you're doing.
If you're losing weight but want to put on muscle, you need carbs. That's my big fucking problem with all of those fucking diets.
Have to eat. When you lose weight, this is why, not that I think I should have gone into like personal training at all, but like I honestly thought like after I had lost the bulk of the weight, I wanted to be a nutritionist because, you know, looking at people on Instagram and people who promote fitness and things like that, not to say that they're all liars per se, like yes, you can do a crash diet. Yes, you can lose them out. Yeah, they kind of sort of are. Because,
every diet works to an extent.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you could cut carbs out completely, and yes, you could cut sugar out completely and only eat beef, you know, protein, like chicken, beef, and fish.
Is that the keto diet?
Keto's different, I think. But like if you do
the caveman diet.
The caveman diet's fruit, berries, vegetables, and meat. No carbs.
Oh, no, it's keto is no fruit.
No, keto is different from the caveman diet.
Yeah, the caveman diet is Atkins.
The one...
Yeah, Atkins, which is just all beef and fruit and vegetables and stuff like that.
No,
cheese
the carnivore one then. That like the newest one that's like fucking exploding. It's the carnivore one. It's only red meats. Mm-hmm. And it was actually George Lockhart.
Which is terrible for you because you raise your iron levels too high, start getting the shakes.
And I don't know if it's true. I love red meat. I'll never stop eating it. But they say there is a correlation between eating too much red meat and cancer.
But what's too much?
Like 6 steaks a day? Or?
No, I guess throughout your lifetime. Like if you're eating it,
okay. Well, they say steak should be a treat. That's what they say. Like when you're eating nutrition, when you learn to be like healthy wise, they say steak is more of a treat. Like you can eat steak, but try to stick to like lean ground beef.
This backs up your point. With that whole carnivore diet, it's all bullshit. It's not the diet that's helping. You are just lowering your caloric intake.
Right.
Because you eat a fucking steak, you're eating a steak like that. It's so dense and so fucking full of fucking protein that you're full off of one steak. You're not gonna have like fucking 3 steaks. Like if you're just eating fruit, you're gonna eat a shit ton of fruit. But with the fucking meat diet, you're just eating all your calories like at once, and you're like, I'm full. Like that's it. I don't need to fucking snack and have 1,000 sides with this.
Exactly.
I tried the keto for like a week and a half.
That's the most miserable I've ever seen.
I've never been so miserable in
my
entire life.
Is that the one that's only fucking natural sugars like fruits?
No, it's no sugar.
No sugar.
No sugar. Just meat and like dairy kind of. No.
Plug the game called check out my new game beta.playeverland.com.
Whoever you are, I'm sorry. Fuck your game.
Damn. But yeah, it's like
this is not a place to
like
plug
all I
your own
had
shit.
every day was like
unless you're Nikki C.
Like pepperoni, cheese, meat, sausage, eggs, but like no sugars, nothing else. And I was like full, but not full. like I couldn't eat anymore, but I didn't feel like I had energy or anything like that.
Right, because you're running low on everything.
Yeah, and did I lose like 10 pounds in like 3 days? Yeah, but.
And you know what's funny? That's just the shock to your system.
Yeah.
Because everybody that jumps into any kind of diet, when you lower your calories, you're going to lose a substantial amount of weight immediately, but 20% of that, even more maybe, is water weight.
And you're going to hit a fucking wall and be like,
quick.
I can't lose
You'll
a
hit that
fucking
wall quick.
pound.
Now, caloric intake-wise, which I had explained to you, you start, the average amount of calories, when you go to a Wendy's, you look at the menu, it says these calories are based on a 2,000 calorie base. That's like the average amount of calories for someone to maintain their physical weight at their current weight. So if you're 260 pounds, you eat 2,000 calories a day, you'll maintain your calories.
Yeah.
It's not horrible. If you're the weight you want to be, you eat that, right? Now what you do is you lower it from 2,000 to 1,850. And then when you hit that plateau, you lower it from 1,850 to 750. And then your plateau is gone.
It's just all cutting.
Right. When you get into ketosis and all that crap, like not only is it not sustainable to eat pepperoni and olives and grapes and shit, like
no grapes.
You know what I mean? Like it's just not sustainable. And does it present weight loss? Yeah, sure, absolutely. But there's a very, very high chance that you're going to lose 20, 30 pounds and turn back immediately.
Yeah, that was the other thing about like ketosis. It's like the ketosis is like your body like eating its own fat or whatever. But if like you have like an M&M, it's gone. It's over. You got to start again.
Right. Whereas if you want to have M&Ms, you can fit that into your calories.
George Lockhart described it best. He said like all diets are good to an extent, but basically the best way to diet is to incorporate them all together. Right? Yeah. This is George Lockhart on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Right. Calories is science. If you want to lose weight, download the app. Shout out to this app from Under Armour. It's called MyFitnessPal.
Give us money.
I used it to track all my calories. When I wanted to fit in treats, I fit in my treats. I did everything I could. It's
like Weight Watchers.
It is like Weight Watchers. All Weight Watchers does is take calories and make them points. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's points.
Weight Watchers is fucking great. Like, I watched my mom do it. It is fucking great. You just have to stick to it.
Right.
Like, it's just, if you, like you said, you were, like, depressed or whatever, you hit that point where you're like, fuck, I want to lose weight. Like,
it's bad.
When
you're
have
big,
to hit that point.
It's a tough life to live, honestly. Like, you can make fun of, some people make fun of big people, and I try not to. Like, if I see a big guy and somebody was like, oh, look at this fat bastard, I'm like, yo, dude, don't do that.
It's funny because like, Dave's like the bigger guy that'll look at a guy that's like his same size and be like, look at this piece of shit.
Right, and I'm
not big, I'm like husky.
You're big bone.
I'm a skinny
you ever
piece
seen a
of
fat
shit.
skeleton? No. But, I've really broken out of that because when I was younger and skinnier and I was a total dick like that, and I would be like, look at this fat bastard, like, watch him struggle to tie his shoes. And I lived that life. And it's hard to wake up every morning and be like, I can't breathe. Like, I hate the way I look. I hated it, dude. Like this big keg and big old man titters just hanging off my chest.
I think that's how my mom was because we go to Wildwood every year and she actually couldn't walk because if you've been to Wildwood, it's a long fucking walk from the
big
sidewalk
people get
to
blisters
the water.
Easy, dude.
Yeah, so she would like get a quarter of the way and turn back and be like, you can't do it. And then she had surgery on her Achilles tendon.
Dude, and you never, I could speak for your mom in this situation, absolutely. You never, ever feel like a bigger piece of shit in your life than when you're like, I have to turn back, I can't do it.
Yeah, but then this year she did it and she walked to the water, walked down the beach, walked back, and then walked back to the hotel.
Bro, low key, that was she was looking for that all year.
She literally would just smile the whole time, and we were all like, holy shit.
Like, she was ready.
Like, I'm 22, and that was the first time I saw it.
Low key, like, besides, like, her children being born, that was probably the happiest moment of her life.
100%, dude. When I was, like...
And grandchildren, too.
Dude, when I looked in the mirror, I remember it, dude, so vividly. Being fat, looking in the mirror, and being, like... There's time, I mean, not to get emotional on anybody, but I got choked up. Well, looking at my fat body, dude, like, I would be like, dude, like, this is
If you really want to get emotional, watch my 600-pound life and watch people go from 600 pounds to, like, 275. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've cried watching that show probably almost every episode.
It's tough, dude. It's really, honestly.
So now, cry at that part, move that bus, you're a serial killer.
It becomes hard. It does, honestly.
It's just...
being just fat, bro. Like, I remember, like, not to shout out anybody specifically, but, like, I was trying to take, like, a romantic bath. Right? Bro, no shit, dude. Like, we didn't fit in the tub together.
How much displacement are we talking about?
A lot, bro.
Was there more water on the floor than the tub?
Like, you ever seen Family Guy when Peter and Lois trying to take a bath? Yeah. And she's like, Peter, and he has to move the gut for her to get in? That was me, dude. That was me.
And then he puts it down and slams her against the wall.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, sorry, that whole thing.
I feel out of place because I've always been a skinny prick. Cause like I don't know, I'm weird. Once I see myself like gaining weight, like the heaviest I've ever been in my life was 165, and I would like
That's
look.
ab territory for me.
I would look in the mirror, and that's the thing. I couldn't see abs anymore, so I was like, fuck. Like
Yeah.
sit-ups. I would do sit-ups,
You're
leg
supposed to do
lifts,
like
run. Sit-ups, leg lifts,
Just move
run.
the chair.
I'm
You
so
still lean
comfortable.
back.
I'm
just
so
move the chair.
comfortable. But I would do all that shit, and then I'd be like back to like. I
She's
can see
laughing
abs.
right now.
Ooh.
She knows who she is. She's laughing. But it was
Is she
bad.
the only one in there?
No, there's other people. We got 5 live viewers right
What happened
Hey,
to?
shout out to all
She'll
5
be
of
back.
you.
now. Oh, no.
LOL, no.
But, you know, it was bad. There was a lot of moments where, you know, I would just be like, I fucking hate this.
Well,
I hate it.
we once knew a lad that we still know that was probably pushing 300 pounds as like a 7-year-old.
Oh, yeah. That gentleman that we're talking about was a big motivator in that. He kept me going a lot, believe it or not.
When I
He
tell
did,
you,
bro.
he was so fat.
He looked like he ate 2 other children.
Yeah. Like, honestly, if you looked at us when we were like 10 or 11, you would think like he's like my dad. Because he was tall too.
But he would like, if people would like laugh at him, like he always says it, like we would be like, "You're a fat fuck," like "fuck you, fat." But if somebody outside our friend group
of
called
course.
him fat, we would fucking flip out. We
Do you
would
remember the
lose our
one
mind.
time another kid called him fat?
Like across the street, it was. I remember exactly.
No,
what
that's
we
a
were-
different story. No, they were in the bathroom, right? And the kid called him fat, and our friend took this kid's head and cracked a
Oh.
linoleum tile
Oh, yeah. You told me
with
that story.
his face.
Yeah.
No, he cracked it. He cracked his face against the fucking bathroom stall, and his glasses like broke, and it like stabbed him in the head. Like not
and then
like
he
crazy.
ratted him.
Bro, let me just put this out there, though, real quick. Like, we know we fat. You know what I'm saying? We know. When I was fat, I knew I was almost 300 pounds. I knew what it was. People would be like, "You're gaining a little weight." I know I'm fat, man. I'll never forget this, bro. I was at a family party. No names, but I was at a family party. And this one cousin decided he was drinking. He was drunk. And he came up to me at my heaviest, which was like probably closer to like 290. I was probably almost like 300. Right? He came up to me with my 8 chins, my keg, and my man titties, and was like, "You been working out?" And I was like, "Nah, man, not really." And he was straight up like, "Yeah, I could tell."
No, I got a better one, bro.
Bro, but before you do that, like, cold, bro.
He's
Like,
like, I got a better one.
Bro. I had to go inside, right? And then the rest of the party, I refused to take my shirt off and go in the pool because I was so embarrassed and like it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like it hurts. Like we know we're big. You ever see that thing online where it's like the fat dudes in the club trying to dance and the girl catches them on like Snapchat or some shit? And she's like, "Look at this fat piece of shit." And then everybody like comes to his defense, and then he goes dancing with like another bigger chick and whatever like that. You never seen that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, when I seen it, it touched my heart. Honestly, when I was fat, because like we just heard a noise. We don't know what it was.
I mean, we could see the whole.
Well, we can see the up front, dude.
Oh, it's a credit card thing.
Okay, we're good. When I would like take my shirt off and see myself in a mirror, like, or if I woke up getting out of the shower and I saw what I looked like, dude, it was emotional. I would be like, "You look like
you
dog shit."
fucking piece of shit.
Right, like
That's how I
you're a
feel
piece
when
of
I look
shit,
at my
dude. Like,
penis.
I'd be home alone and like just pick the whole thing up and just be like, you know, like just shaking it. Like, what is this?
Like, what is this?
Right.
What is
Yeah,
this?
dude. Like honestly, and I'll never forget, dude. Honestly, which is why I'm saying that was your mom's probably, besides you guys being born, her proudest moment, because I'll never forget. Excuse me. I'll never forget the first time I looked at the scale, and it was less than 250.
Did you have to double check it? Like
I got off and got on 3 times.
This thing
Yeah.
broken?
I'll never forget the first time I flexed a bicep playing games, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude, I'm cut." Like, not even being like vain. I'll never forget, and for the rest of my days, whenever I die, whether with modern technology I die at 10,000 years old, or with a brain tumor I die in a week, I will never, knock wood, I will never forget the two things. The first time I looked at the scale and it was under 250. The first time I came back from Mexico with my family, and I went back to the gym for 3 weeks, and I didn't weigh myself because I knew I gained weight on vacation. I came back, bro, and I was killing it in the gym, dude. 7 days a week, two times a day, sometimes 3, like killing it in the gym. And I stepped on that scale and it said 230. I like broke down into tears, like how proud I was because I was under 250.
I could have gave you a really good tip to lose. Just drink the fucking water in Mexico.
Oh
True.
yeah, bro.
Yeah,
You
they were
would-
like,
you would've
dude,
lost
they must have told us
instantly.
6-7 times, don't drink the water. Right.
Montezuma's
And-
revenge.
That was another. And then my next proudest moment after that was I was about I'm like 190 right now, I think. I gained like 20 pounds back, give or take, from like just like not going to the gym and stuff like that. Which sucks even more because, like I said, this is all loose skin here, so it looks like I got some serious chub going on, and it's just all like skin that I could probably stretch out to here. In all honesty,
Pretty gross. I think.
it's nasty, actually. That's all just nice, nasty, loose skin that comes right off my arm, people.
Anyway.
But the first time I ever like flexed a bicep, and I lost a little bit of it now, but I flexed a bicep. It's nasty, and I was cut. I was in the gym bathroom and was like, gym douche, and I like was taking a Snapchat and was like, flex my tricep and was like, what the hell? Came back up for the bicep and was like, dude, what is going on right now? And then let's not even talk about my third and overall, because my goal was 200 pounds. I never intended to get lower than that, but my goal was 200 pounds. And when I got to like 170, like low once at like 169, and the abs started coming back and like all that, I was like, holy shit, dude, like this is crazy. Like I never thought I would look like that. Like I used to say to that friend that that was heavy, I used to say all the time, like, oh, I'm a grown man, like I'll never be a medium in a shirt. There's a medium right now. I'll never be a medium in a shirt again.
I'm a medium.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and I used to be like, I'm a grown
life.
man. I'll never be a medium ever again because I'm a man. Mediums are for kids. It's because I'm fat. You know what I mean? And anybody out there who's like, I want to lose 5-10 pounds, knock it off and live your life. Okay? Eat your pizza, go to the gym, live a healthy life, do your thing. When you got to lose more than like 25, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, you're getting up there, lose the weight, sure. But don't be 160 pounds, you gain 5 pounds, and you're like, oh my God, what am I? At least you gained like 20 pounds, though. It went from like what's your regular?
155, I gained 10.
10 pounds,
but
that's a little much.
It's different when you're my size and you don't gain weight anywhere but your midsection.
Yeah. Like, the only reason you should be honestly, like, dedicating yourself to losing weight and, like, eating caloric deficit and things like that is when you're big and you have a substantial 20, 30, 40 pounds to lose, then that's when you should do that. But, I had people asking me on Instagram, like, what's the secret? Everybody thinks there's, like, a magic trick to it, and there's not. There's no, like, do a little dance, make a little love, run 3 laps around the block, shake your ass, and bada boom, you're down 60 pounds. Like, it takes time. It took me a year and a half. It takes time. And you hear this chestnut all the time. Take time, take dedication. You're going to, the days are going to pass regardless of how you're eating or if you're working out, all that stuff. Like, but, you don't really realize it until you live it. And then when you live it, you're like, it's true. Like, if I didn't do it, I would just still be fat right now. And it's something that it takes time. And I get people who, they're like, oh, it's been 6 weeks, I only lost 4 pounds. Like, dude, every pound you lose is incredible. Because a pound of fat is yay big compared to a pound of muscle being this big. So every pound of fat you lose is this big. Every 5 pounds you lose is about this much fat off your body. Mm-hmm. That's a milestone, you know what I mean? And you get people who are like, I only lost 5 pounds. 5 pounds is humongous, bro. 5 pounds of fat is big.
That's like everything in life, though. People want everything at once. Like
they think they're going to diet for 6 weeks, and excuse me while I adjust my underwear. They think they're going to diet for 6 weeks and lose 100 pounds, and it's like people
it's not going to happen. Who go to the gym and like you're fucking trying to bulk up, and it's like 3 weeks, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, dude, that shit takes time.
Bulking honestly takes even longer than I think losing weight, because you have to gain that weight properly. You can't just eat whatever you want.
You can't eat like a fucking slob and then be like, oh,
look how big I am. Like, that's because your arms look like they're filled with pudding right now. Okay, like you got to gain weight properly. You can't just gain weight.
Can I just tell this funny story real quick?
I want to hear it. So
okay. Yes. So Nikki C hinted at it before. Our big friend, right? We were probably like, I don't even know if you were there for this. Our big friend,
me?
Yeah. We were probably like 9, 10 years old, and we were jaunting down the sidewalk.
This is the big friend?
Yes.
This is the kid across the street.
Who?
Alright, anyways.
Let me tell us. And we were jaunting up the sidewalk. Honestly, it was me, another friend, and the person in question. Me and the other dude were on bikes, and we made him run because we thought we were doing him a favor. Like, oh no, you gotta run, you're fat. So he was a brisk jog, and from across the street.
Yeah, this is what I was just saying. The kid across the street.
It wasn't a kid. It was a grown-ass man. You weren't there.
Yes, I was. I was fucking trying to tell this story before.
Whatever. Anyway.
He laughed at him and called him fat, and I went off. I was the dickhead who went off on him.
No, this is a different story. If you let me tell it, I'll get to it. So he's jaunting down the sidewalk, and a dude from across the street's like, "Put a bra on. You're gonna give yourself a black eye," and it was hilarious. And he might have just flipped them off, the person in question.
No. Dude, there's a different story that I know.
I don't know what story. What story is this?
Frank.
Somebody had to laugh at that joke. It wasn't gonna be me.
He probably covered it up with that.
Anyways, the person in question, love the kid. We've been friends. Same thing. He's just like one of our first friends.
He's alright. I like him.
Fuck, what was I saying? So yeah, there was a kid across the street.
Where was this?
I don't want to say names, but it was at a girl's house for a party.
No names.
And we were at the baseball field or whatever, at a field.
Oh, you love putting names out.
I'm trying to figure out if I was there for this.
Was he there for this?
Anyways,
I remember that day.
it was there. I think it was there, but I know this happened because he mentions it all the time. Like, he tells everybody. It's not a secret.
Mhm.
So, basically, like I said, we would call him fat, but nobody else was allowed to. So we were walking, and kid across the street was like, "Hey, fatty," or he, like, laughed at him, something along the lines of making fun of him because he's fat.
Which is cold as ice, by the way. That's a horrible thing to do. Just for
But-
next time you see a fat person, I want you to think about how fat I was and think about how it made me feel, and then think twice before making fun of it.
But
Anybody listening or watching this YouTube video, do the same thing.
mind you, we used to call him fat all the time. But he knew, like, we were best friends. Like,
Yeah, you're his boy. You can call him whatever you want.
So this person called him fat or made fun of him or something, and I went off. I was like, "Motherfucker, I'll fucking kick the shit out of you. Fucking hope you die." All this
90
shit.
pounds.
And
Yeah, but that's a boy right there, though. That's a straight boy. Like, if I have a boy who's gay, as an example, right? And he's my boy, and I call him, derogatory gay people names. I'm not going to say them on here, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool for me. I'm his boy. I call him whatever I want. You call him that? Big problems.
Yeah,
Big problems. Don't do that. That's my thing. You
I
don't do
could
that.
name names. Like, Chaz is half black, half Spanish, and I'm white. He'll call me a cracker. I'll call him said names,
Right.
and it's not offensive. Like,
Right, because it's your boy.
Yeah.
But nobody else can do it.
yeah, like
Right.
my nieces and nephews are Puerto Rican, and like I could call them choice names, and like.
Right, like my girlfriend's Hispanic. I call her sometimes a derogatory Spanish
But if-
word.
even
and
if
I can
it's-
do it, but if somebody on the street was like, "You filthy," huh?
But
Problem.
even
Big
if
problems.
it's not directed towards them, if somebody says like said words, like I don't like that shit.
No, I
Talking
can't.
about the S word for Hispanic people.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what you get? You get one of these.
Yeah,
Nice punch.
yeah.
Nice punch.
A swift kick in the nuts.
A
or
quick, just quick smack. That's
That
all.
was a gunshot.
Because I
That was a
actually
punch. It says punch one, punch two.
that happened to me because I have family that are Hispanic, friends that are Hispanic. Like I don't like that shit. Like I don't even have that many black friends, but like when you hear somebody actually say something so ignorant
Not even
that,
like, but you're saying out of joking context, like not like what's good.
no, I'm talking about
like when you say it like not but
Yeah.
That's my drift.
Yeah.
Like
we
too
all
far,
know
man.
what we're talking about. You
Right,
can't
we
put
know
that
what we're
hard
talking about.
R in there.
Like,
right,
I
put
always-
that hard R is too much.
without
Back off.
getting political or anything. Like
right.
I always think to myself, like, how close-minded do you have to be to think that way about a human being? Like, because of their skin color, their
Right.
ethnicity, their heritage, like, they're less than you, or they're not fucking human. Like,
There's some old 65-year-old gentleman in the South watching this video later. That
I
he's
do
like,
declare.
he's like, goddamn race traitor.
Hey, who told him that? Who told him these lies?
That race traitor. But, like, in all
I don't
seriousness,
even know
like,
if that was a good accent.
Who
No,
knows?
go ahead. No, I didn't mean to.
but in all seriousness, like, that, like, it boggles my mind that people could think that way, especially in such a day and age where there's so much diversity.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just crazy. Like, how do people not have the fucking mindset that, like, yo, this is another human being? Like,
Because they don't see them as a human being.
But that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. How do you get to that point? How do you hate yourself that much that you have to, like, look at somebody else who's never done anything to you and hate them because of who they are?
I
Nature
agree.
versus nurture, bro. They probably either brought up like that or weren't hugged enough as a child, or
I don't even know. Like, there's no, to me, you can't rationalize that.
no, you can't rationalize it now.
Especially me being an avid, like, I listen to hip-hop, like, I'll listen to reggaeton, like, I'll listen to anything. Like, I could appreciate, like, different cultures and all that shit, like, it's crazy, like, people won't even eat, like, a fucking taco because they're like, oh, fuck that, I'm not gonna eat fucking Mexican food. Like, dude, like,
Tacos are delicious.
yeah, fuck. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. It's just, it's so aggravating, like, when I think about this shit, like, this is the weird, fucked up shit I think about when I'm alone, like, people suck. In the
Some
words,
people suck.
yeah, exactly. Going back to Tom Segura, some people suck.
You're right over there, Jay.
I had my talking point.
He's thinking He's rethinking everything. His whole life just changed from our conversation.
Now,
I had notes on here, but they're gone.
That's all right.
I was gonna have notes, but I was like, I'm coming in
now
here.
going back to our friend in question, I would maybe put 40% of the blame on him, and like 60% on his mom.
What was his breakfast?
His breakfast every morning was waffles and ice cream.
Waffles and ice cream.
Every morning.
Okay.
Waffles and ice cream. And then
Here we go. I'm back.
And then after school, he would put down, what would you give him?
I don't know. I just know the waffles and ice cream.
Oh, the
Pizza?
Pizza and like, yeah, she'd pull up to school with like a pie and like it was all for him. And sometimes she'd pull up with those like Dunkin' Donuts like bagel cheddar twist things. And he'd put down like 4 of those.
No, your boy loves those things, bro. I love them.
Yeah, they're great. Not when you have 5 of them.
No, that's
Yeah, no.
All right, let's get light in here. We got a little heavy there.
Yeah, we were talking about fucking.
Yeah, we were talking about a lot there.
Oh, we got
Obesity,
heavy. Oh, we got
racism.
Yeah, we got heavy real quick. We got real heavy, about 285 pounds heavy. I got a question for everybody, and if I want to know, if this is a true question, right? When did they decide that gingers don't have souls? When was that?
Since the beginning of fucking time.
Like, where did
they
that
don't.
start?
Shout out to any gingers watching. Love you.
Because I've heard that like gingers don't have souls, and I had a buddy of mine tell me he thinks it started on South Park, but I feel like way before that. And what is the premise there? Because they're pale and redheaded? I don't get it. Like red.
And it's not racist.
It's not even red like devil red.
It's not racist because they're not a race.
You want to know interesting?
Species.
You want to know interesting little tidbit? The reason why they're called redheads and whatnot. Not this isn't necessarily the reason, but back in the day,
which was a Wednesday.
Yeah. Orange.
Shout out to Dan Cook.
Orange is a pretty relatively new color. Like everything was just red. Like orange, like an orange, like the citrus.
Yeah.
It was just like I don't know what it was called, but like orange is a relatively new color. So they would call people who are gingers redheads. But what's the actual color of a redhead's hair?
Red.
No, it's orange.
Oh no, it's orange.
That's why they just call them redheads because orange. When they came up with the red, like the term redhead, the word orange like didn't exist.
Is there really no pizza left?
There might be a slice.
Nikki, see starving right
Is
now?
anybody gonna eat that?
No, go ahead. It was probably back in like the Roman times or something. They got the devil's fire for hair or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when did that come up? When did they decide like, yeah, gingers don't have souls? That's it. We're done with this conversation.
I don't know.
It's weird.
I hope no one can hear me chewing.
That's what is that called again? When you
ASMR.
Just do it right into the
get
mic,
right in there and.
That's like a real thing.
Dude, that's big.
Yeah.
I mean, have you heard the Subway commercial that's ASMR?
My high school sweetheart.
Have
I
you
was
heard the
hanging out
Subway
with her one
commercial
day.
for ASMR though?
Yeah.
She started playing that shit, and I was like, I'm getting nauseous. Turn that the fuck off.
Bro,
But
I don't
it's
like the
everything.
eating ones. I don't like the eating ones, but the one where they be like tapping on the mic, I'm not gonna lie, that'll put me to sleep. A little.
I don't know how.
I don't know how either, but it puts me to sleep. Honestly, I have no idea how, but it puts me to sleep.
Listening to you talk puts me to sleep.
Thank you. Hold on, wait.
Let's wait for this comedic timing.
Wait, hold on. Somebody had to laugh at that joke. Wasn't gonna be me.
Yeah, that was. Anyway.
Hold on, wait.
Oh my god.
That's better. That's more.
That was way better. You get the hang of that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're breaking into it. Yeah, we lost mad people when we signed off.
Yep.
Next time we need a bucket. That's right in the bucket. She was looking for Nikki C to hang Bran anyway. I mean, what's up with that? That girl was into you, dude. She might be watching right now.
Dude, I've dealt with this my whole life, bro. Bitches into Nikki C. My entire.
Why, Nikki C pull? You pull Nikki C?
He's being very modest.
You pull? You're a good looking guy. I can see it. You got the blue eyes, you got the fade, the beard.
I'll put it into perspective for you. When we were in grammar school, right? It was a small Catholic school, right?
Okay.
So in each class, there's probably about like 24 to 28, maybe 30 kids.
Okay.
There was always more boys than girls. So let's say there were 17, 14 boys, the rest girls. So like that leaves how much? I don't know.
There's 30 in here. There's 17 boys. There's 13 girls.
Yeah, whatever. 13 girls. Out of those girls, say like, I don't know, 8 of them are respectable. Nikki C got it all. And there was none.
So are we talking you pull quantity or you pull quality?
Both.
Or you pull both. Both quantity and quality. So you pull numbers and the numbers are 10s.
Not 10s. I mean,
What's the lowest he's pulled? What's the lowest you think you've pulled?
Oh yeah, you say.
And then
what
Dave's
you
gonna
think,
give me
yeah.
the real number, I think.
Yeah.
Dave doesn't know everybody I've been with.
Okay, so
Well,
what's
I
the
got a
lowest you
pretty
think
good
you've
idea.
pulled? No name.
Lowest I've been with. You mean like all the way or just hooking up?
I think
Yeah, all
hooking
the
up
way. Like
counts.
we're in the 50s. Go ahead.
All the way?
No, I think hooking up counts. You can hook up with a dog.
Both.
I'll give you 2 answers then.
Okay, two
I'm
answers.
still eating, by the way.
That's okay. ASMR. No big deal.
Hooking up, probably like a 5.
Do I know this person?
Yeah.
Okay.
And all the way, probably.
Does he
like,
know them through you, or does he just know them?
It's hard to like say this without like giving it away, but like we went to grammar school, so like
Okay.
it's
I
out
can
of
assume.
one of them.
I can assume.
And then all the way, I would say like a 7. Or the
Dave,
highest.
what's the real number?
The highest being a 10.
Now, yeah,
Well, I mean, we're going scale 1 to 10.
I would say hooking up with. Would you say a 5?
Mhm.
I don't know what a 5 is though. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, just type it out.
Got
Oh,
some negative air going right now. That out.
she's a 5
I think so.
now or then?
Both.
Yeah, she's like a solid 5 or 6. Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
And all the way, who was the 7?
Oh,
Who was the 7? Same
Okay.
person?
Here we go again, bro. Here we go again.
high school. I don't know if you know.
I'm gonna get in some sound effects here.
Yeah. All right.
So it's accurate.
Mhm.
It's accurate. Okay. Okay. Respect.
I concur.
So quality and quantity, that's respectable.
Yeah, I
No
concur.
doubt. I knew a kid, he's my boy, one of my best friends. And probably family more, honestly. But he did not so much like the number, like raw numbers, but quality.
I always said most of the girls I've gotten with were way out of my league, and they were just generous.
That's fair.
I think, yeah.
Nah, you see, the thing is, here's the thing.
Okay.
You want to know the thing? I'll tell
I
you.
do want to know the thing. I'm interested in the thing.
The thing about Nikki C
Okay.
is
That's
That is you.
he comes off like an asshole most
like
of the
a
time.
cocky jerk off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pointing at your balls in like a half an hour. You know?
He comes
You're
off.
somewhat considerate. I did look just now.
He comes off to most people like the biggest dickhead in the world, and like I've talked to people where it's like they'll meet him for the first time. I'm like, oh yeah, what'd you think of Nikki C? I fucking hate him.
He's too much.
I fucking hate him. He's an asshole. He's annoying. Are all these things true? Yeah, but that's not who he is.
Mhm.
Now,
I can attest that. The first time I ever met you, I was not like, fuck that kid, but it was like, he got some growing up to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I was
Like,
worse in high school. Like in
Yeah.
high school, a big part of it was I was like that because I was like, I gotta stand out. It's high school. I'm trying
right,
to be
of
cool.
course.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a reason. One of my closest friends is like, not in the same fashion that you are, but he's like the biggest D-bag you'll ever meet in your life.
Yeah.
I love him like a
and
brother.
some women like that. And this
They
is
do.
coming from, but you see, you gotta understand, Nikki C's secret weapon is his eyes. He got the cheat
The
code.
baby blues, bro.
He got the
The
cheat code.
crisp baby blues.
Yeah, this is coming from a dude that got shit brown eyes, like
Got
the
it.
majority of
Me
the
too.
population.
Yeah.
There's nothing more.
The boy I'm talking about got emerald and hazel at the same
See,
time.
Mine are
that's-
blue with yellow in the middle, and then in the springtime, a lot of the time they're green with yellow.
If I had
That's
a
vampire shit,
dude,
bro.
if I had a
You
nickel,
from Twilight?
if I had a nickel for every time, not even Nikki C, just like other dudes with these eyes, every time, if I had a nickel for every time, like I was like you know, talking to a girl and like trying my hardest stuff like that, you could like, you know, she's into me, whatever, but then just like some douchebag with green eyes comes by, and it's just like, oh my god, you see his eyes? You could be like, yeah, but he's a serial killer. You'd be like, yeah, but his eyes.
Yeah,
like, what do you mean his eyes?
I can't lie.
What do they say? The eyes are the window to the soul. Isn't that like a thing they say?
But
I guess.
dark hair, especially a dark full beard with light eyes, is like girls like that.
Because it's contrast. Contrast is
Yeah.
important, bro. I'm an artist. No big deal.
So okay, I see what you're saying.
Contrast stands out.
So this is too dark here,
No, it's
I mean,
but I'm pasty.
there's a lot going on up there.
What does that mean?
Take it as you will.
yeah.
I'm gonna leave it nice and
Can
vague
we-
for you. I mean, listen, bro. I'm not like the best looker. I'm charming. That's what I get. A lot of people say I'm charming. I'm really funny. Like I'm good, easy to talk to. A lot of people like that about me. Like I'm just kind of easy.
Can we talk about like the women, like how underrated legs are? Like,
Bro, legs are fucking.
Legs
where
are
it's
very
at,
important.
dude.
Yeah.
Legs are where it's
but
at.
like not every guy knows how to appreciate like legs. Like,
Oh, I'd be
What do you
doing
mean
the rub down, dude. You be doing the rub down, a little lotion,
no,
get the leg
I'm not even
massage.
talking about like being
What do you mean
intimate. Like, if
appreciate?
you're just like looking at a girl and you're like, wow, she's pretty, or she's like already looking at it. We sound kind of shallow, but we don't mean it in that way.
This is locker
But, like,
room talk right here.
When you see an attractive girl and then you like see her legs and they're just like the shape of them, and then
I
just
don't
like
have a sound effect for locker room.
complexion and just I don't know, legs are important. Hair is important.
It does sound really shallow now that I'm thinking
It
about
does,
it. It does
but
sound super
whatever,
shallow.
bro.
But
It
like,
shouldn't. It shouldn't.
This is locker room talk, you know what I'm saying? What
Yeah,
a towel.
this-
We don't mean it in a degrading way. It's just
No,
a general.
This
More,
is
more
no, no.
appreciating the beauty.
This
Yeah.
is what happens when you give 3 dudes microphones, bro. Roll with it.
I mean, listen, in all honesty, weight's not really like, not even being previously big, like weight's not really that big of a deal for me. I'll be honest with you. Like,
No.
you put on like a couple pounds, I'm
I like
with it.
girls that usually weigh more than me. So.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's not that hard.
let's not like, you know, let's not like cast it like a shallow shadow, so to speak. Like I'm with it. You know, to me, beautiful is beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
My
Like,
favorite celebrity is Ashley Graham.
right. Like,
I
not saying
love
like
her.
not
I
saying like the
love
whole like
her.
every body is beautiful, so to speak. Like, you know
Iskra
what I'm talking
Lawrence.
about? Yeah, Iskra Lawrence. That's
Well,
Ashley Graham
she's-
too.
She
You know what I'm
is
saying? Like, not
insane.
every body is beautiful, so to say. Like, if you got a crap personality and you're a terrible person, you have a crap personality and you're a terrible person. That doesn't just if you're hot or if you're movie star hot or you're not movie star hot. You know
You
what
could
I mean?
be
Like,
movie star hot
and be a terrible person.
cunt, and then
Right,
I'm like,
that's
wow, I
100%.
actually you're not hot.
Nikki C dropped the C word, bro. You can say that?
You
You
could
can
look
say
like
cunt.
No, I mean, like, you can't. Like, when I say it, it feels like almost like I got like a vomity burp coming
Cunt.
up, bro. I don't know what it
It's
is
a
about
great
that
word.
word. bro.
Cunt is a nice word.
It gets me, dude. I
got
don't
a
know
nice
why.
crunch.
When I say it,
the
I'm
best,
like,
the best
like real
way
funny.
I've ever heard the word cunt said is Brian Reynolds when he said cock juggling thunder cunt in Blade Trinity.
oh yeah, that's good.
You
That's a
cock
good movie.
juggling thunder cunt. This is a talking point. We're stopping everything we're doing. Why does that fucking movie get shit on so much? I love that
Because
movie.
it's an early 2000 Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Marvel
That-
movie.
movie.
No, you're just talking about
Amazing.
that specific one or the whole trilogy?
Blade Trilogy is fucking amazing. One,
Wesley
2,
Snipes?
and 3.
They said he was coming back, dude, for a Blade movie, and I was like, ugh.
I heard
He's still paying his taxes.
in
He
Blade
is- How many
Trinity,
years did he do? He did a couple. Like,
He did a couple.
5 years, maybe.
in Blade
Everybody
Trinity,
thought he dead. He died.
apparently
He
he
died.
was a huge jerk off in Blade Trinity. Like he didn't want to work with anybody. Like he hated Ryan Reynolds in Blade
That sounds like Wesley Snipes.
What about Triple H?
Trinity. He didn't like Triple H. He was just. I watched the whole video on that.
Does anybody really like?
Like
Triple
he
H?
didn't leave his trailer. Like
I was a big back in the day. Me and Nikki C used to be huge wrestling fans. I was a big supporter of Triple H.
I like The Rock, Stone Cold,
The Rock has
Yeah.
always been my favorite.
Mankind. I like Mankind.
I
The
kind
Rock.
of
With the
Triple
puppet.
H.
What's the puppet?
Shawn
name?
Michaels.
Mr. Sacco.
Mr. Sacco. Shawn Michaels. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly,
Sweet Chin Music.
I
Chris
think
Jericho.
Chris
No.
Jericho. Yeah. Jeff Hardy was my
Jeff-
dude.
I love
Jeff
Jeff
Hardy,
Hardy.
dude, with the
That-
dance
when
and the
they-
fingers.
He's back.
yeah,
Yeah,
him and his brother go in and out every once in a while.
They get 6 weeks in, 6 weeks out for
Yeah.
rehab.
They're gonna
Yeah.
retire though.
Yeah,
They get 6 weeks in, 6 weeks out for
Dude,
rehab.
you know what's crazy?
Undertaker.
And you know what's crazy? Back when we were growing up, right? Like this is probably like 2004, right? When we were like heavy into wrestling.
That was
the
a good time.
biggest name on the planet was John Cena.
Oh, absolutely. That was
I
like when he
wasn't-
made his debut.
I wasn't a fan of him. Ever.
When he first came out, I was not a fan of him. I thought he was like a wrestling version of Eminem.
He was. I never really.
Well, that was kind of his shtick. Like,
But
like
The
as a
chain.
per-
Remember he wore
like
the chain
looking-
with the lock?
yeah,
Yeah.
looking at him now, I think he's awesome.
He's a
Like,
good dude.
He's a-
John
no,
Cena's
but
like a
he-
really
no, but
good dude.
here's
he's
what I'm
and he's
trying to
funny
say.
as shit.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Here's what I'm trying to say. Like when he was like the top dog, and people would go nuts. When
You
he
literally
came out.
go ape
Yeah,
shit.
bananas. Yeah,
They would
I
go
remember.
absolutely bananas, and I like my favorite wrestler was Shawn Michaels, but I loved me some John Cena. Like he was
You know
was
what it
amazing.
is? Showmanship is important too. When you
Yeah.
can come out and you can make the crowd like rile
Yeah,
up.
that's
and,
what
like,
he was
get
able
into
to
it,
do.
He was good with it.
Like
Him and The Rock.
Yeah, and he's so jacked. He wears headbands on his biceps.
Even The Rock was like, Jesus Christ, John Cena's
Stone Cold.
huge.
Yeah.
Bro.
And
when they wrestled
wanted
together?
to. He wanted to be a bodybuilder.
John Cena?
Yeah.
He could still do it.
yeah,
I'm
he
pretty
totally
sure, like, in his prime, he was
You know
squatting
he
like
has hair now?
590.
Like he grew his hair out. Like he has like kind of a side part
should.
now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is
He's
like
an actor
it's
now.
evolved
Mhm.
so much that like anytime he walks out, he gets booed now, and like he's like contemplating retirement. Like I
This
feel
is
some-
John Cena?
Yeah,
Why?
because he's like
Out of it?
not out of it, but you know he's like a walking M&M.
He needs
Not
to...
not the person, the candy.
Okay.
Like he's very colorful and stuff like that. But my point is like, besides the early years of his career, like he's always dressed like that, like with the hats and the sweatbands.
It's a gimmick.
Yeah,
You
but I'm
don't
saying,
walk around like that in real life.
no, but I'm just saying he's always done that. That's always been his shtick. Besides like the first like year or two of his career, when he was like rocking like the spandex
Yeah, the
shorts,
spandex,
wrestling
yeah.
Kurt Angle and shit like that. that's always been his thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like,
The jorts. Remember
yeah,
the jorts?
yeah. When he still wears
He
the
still
jorts
does that.
with the knee pads.
Nobody should be wearing jorts.
Yeah, George should
Stone
be
Cold wore
fucking-
jorts.
He wore short jorts.
He
though.
wore Daisy Dukes. You gonna
But
tell
he
Stone
was
Cold not to
fucking-
wear Daisy Dukes?
I won't tell Stone Cold to his face he shouldn't wear Daisy
But
Dukes.
he
I'll
also
tell him in this
he
podcast.
also fucking slammed Natty Ice in the middle of the ring.
Right. I'll tell him in this podcast in this undisclosed location that he should not be wearing jersey.
Holy shit!
But it just
Holy shit!
what?
New England beat Kansas City.
Damn.
Holy
breaking
40
news, everybody!
43 to 40. Get the fuck out of here.
And the crowd goes wild.
Get the fuck 5-1.
Do that again.
And the crowd goes wild.
Oh
here
my
we go.
god. Could you imagine?
That's a monkey.
But it
Right.
still says they're 5-0.
But yeah, what I'm trying to make is like
Woo!
it sucks.
Hold on. Mahomes threw 2 picks today.
Oh, is this finally his fall from grace?
Oh my god, but he did throw 4 touchdowns.
He's a touchdown machine.
Who's Mahomes? What time we end?
I don't know. We gotta get what time? I don't know.
How much time you got in here, kid?
2:13.
I got
2 hours.
2 hours and 14 minutes.
Damn, we've been recording.
Yeah.
So how much? So like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Want to cut? We
Is
want
that,
to go.
is that enough?
I mean, we got. It's 11:30 now.
Keeping that in.
Are we keeping that in? It's
Yeah.
11:30 now. We can go till 12, I guess.
Yeah, 12 is fine.
12 good?
But can I remind you I have to be up at 5 o'clock, but I'm having a blast right now.
I have to be up early for school. I have class tomorrow.
I'm off.
I have work.
Are you off? Good. I'm not off till 2. The weeks fly by.
I'm not
when
off
you-
until next Sunday.
The days fly by when you only have one full day off a week. The days fly, bro. Like
I
I can't even believe it's Tuesday.
I fucking volunteered to do Saturday. I'm probably gonna work next Saturday too. I like money.
What was the point I was trying to make?
John Cena.
It just pains me to see like my childhood melting away.
Apparently, I don't know if it's true because I don't watch it. I don't keep up with it. But apparently, like the WWE is losing fucking viewers every week. Like
Really?
I mean, honestly, dude, wrestling's just like not with UFC being as big as it is. Wrestling's just not as big
But
as it was.
maybe
Well,
because
I
we were so young.
I saw a video. No, you know what I think personally? I think killed it the PG era shit.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it is. The PG era.
And I was
Oh,
watching.
with no blood.
This was
Yeah.
this was a video on YouTube because I'm big on YouTube. Like I watch a lot of YouTube.
Well, a lot of those dudes probably got Hep C from cutting their faces up and shit.
And I'm big on YouTube, so in my recommended yesterday, it showed up. It was like why the WWE is drastically losing viewers or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I only watched the first 2 minutes because I had to do something, and like the first point was like they had too much product to show. Like they had so many superstars with so many gimmicks.
They have
There's
another
so
show.
much shit.
Like back
Yeah.
we were watching it just
NXT, all
Raw
that
and
shit.
SmackDown. You got Raw on Monday and you got SmackDown on Friday. That was it. And then once a month you got a pay-per-view. Now
And
it's
they had Sunday Night Heat they brought in, but that
every
was
once in a while. Every once in a
Yeah.
while you got Saturday Night Main Event.
yeah.
But that was it. Like SmackDown, Raw, and you got a pay-per-view once a month. That was it.
Yeah, we got 5 live viewers, guys. Hit up that chat. Anybody want to jump in on the chat? We'll answer questions and stuff. Get in there.
Yeah, like when we were watching, they were just coming out of the Attitude Era, which is like
The best. Best.
that's when wrestling was like at its peak. But
Yeah.
Rock, Stone Cold,
the
Mankind,
era we watched,
Undertaker,
the
Kane.
era we watched was called the Ruthless Aggression Era, and
Yeah.
John Cena actually coined that phrase. Well, the first time he walked out, and as a rookie, his first ever appearance, he stood toe to toe with Kurt Angle. He's like, "I'm gonna come at you with ruthless aggression," and like fucked them up.
Kurt
That-
Angle, OG, bro.
That era was still pretty good. Like
Is
that-
it? Oh, for wrestling, right?
he's a
Yeah.
gold medalist.
1996.
Ronda
Yeah.
Rousey too. She's in WWE
Yeah.
now. She's an animal.
They had people like fucking in the ring. You remember that? When Edge and Lita had their live sex show?
Yeah.
And they were like actually naked under the covers.
Yeah.
What's happening?
They had they brought a bed out into the ring,
And
they both got undressed under the covers, and
and
they had a fake sex thing, but
they were actually both naked. Blood, like
Oh, they were talking about post
Pre-
PG-13.
era. Yeah.
pre-PG, post-attitude.
Right, and now we're also talking about how post PG is why it's losing views. That's what we're talking about.
No,
That's
right
the era
now it
they're in
is
now.
PG.
Post PG, right? The
No,
era
No,
we're
they're
in.
in
During
PG now.
right. Post PG means after PG,
Yeah, but
or
it's
like during PG.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
would be better.
so yeah.
Then there was still blood, and like all the divas were
DX, everything DX was doing, like
everything
crazy
DX
shit.
was doing.
Yeah, I
they
remember
would
that.
they wasn't
Who
real.
who
But like,
remember the Hurricane? Anybody?
Yeah.
oh,
The
stand
Green Lantern
back!
tattoo?
There's a hurricane.
What was his name?
He was my
Greg.
boy.
Gregory Helms.
Gregory.
That was my boy before Jeff Hardy was my boy.
And
Oh,
like
wow.
even like
That's
all
sick.
like the wrestler gimmicks and stuff like that. It was just cooler. You know what
Stone
I mean?
Cold isn't like if he shows up now, he can't drink beer.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Jesus. No blood. Dude, there was some times where
They
they
got
were
him
like,
out there smashing Pepsi cans.
The Rock can't say like Rudy Poo candy ass anymore.
no more candy. Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure you can't say any of that because if you look in the stands now, like when they show the
It's all
crowd,
kids.
it's all kids. Like when I went, I've been to
I
like
think it's because of the UFC.
I don't
No,
know.
It's how they.
It's
he
the
hit it.
PG.
He hit it on
It's
the
the
head.
PG.
No, yeah, but I'm saying like the combination of the PG-13 thing and then the
No.
UFC being just undoctored violence